Good morning, everybody. This is Jacob from qoliber. Today with another weekly update regarding Magento open source module. However, this week I'm not presenting you with a module, but I will present you with a tools or plugins we developed for the N98 Magerun, which simplify our deployment processes, but also speed up the way Magento loads, sometimes even between 50 up to 80 milliseconds. So the plugin for Magerun is available open source. You can get it under qoliber namespace at GitHub repository. It has a simple instruction. I'm sorry, I need to refresh it. It was just released. It has simple instruction how it actually speeds up the deployment process and how it makes the team compilation and production modes faster. Well, around 95 to 98%. It depends on the size of your projects and how many themes you have. We also added a plugin that changes the way the non-composer registration PHP file is generated. So we actually overwrite the entire file and load only the necessary files from appcode, design, and library if needed. Because if you look at the non-composer registration file, you'll see it's using the glob feature. So the more modules you have, the slower this will become, and actually might affect the site loading speed, even around 100 milliseconds on slow drives with a lot of larger modules. And we are talking about every single page refresh. Now, obviously with the opcache enabled, it's not an issue, but still there are a lot of Magento projects which are not running with default PHP optimization settings enabled. So let me show you how this module actually runs. So let's just install it so you can see how it performs on Mage-OS. In this instance. Okay, so the module was installed, and let's just see if we have all of our options and the qoliber main namespace available. Let's just disable this code sniffer. So the module has a couple options. The first one is to show you which locals are active on your entire Magento installation. In this case, this is only clean Mage-OS install, so it's only showing the US. It's also showing you the list of active themes. So by using those commands, you can actually create much faster deployment and static file compilations, because we only compile the themes in the specified locales. So let's just see how regular production mode works. Obviously, we got the maintenance, we got the starting of the compilation of static of dependency injection of static files. So let's just give it a moment. I will pause it so we don't have to wait. Okay, so we're done with the default static file compilation for the default production node. So it's running steps, dependency injection compilation and static front-end compilation. But obviously with the deployment, we also need to run setup upgrade. We have to set indexes in the real-time mode so it doesn't conflict with the cron processes. We need to disable cron processes and everything. So let's just see how much time we will actually need with the qoliber production mode. Sorry for that. So first we set the indexes to the update on save. Then we run the setup upgrade. Then we run setup DI compilation. We clear the cache. So the setup DI compilation is the same as it is with the default Magento. We didn't make any changes to it. However, it is planned to optimize this process as well, but maybe not in this version with the open source solution. But now we are using the quick deployment strategy using the multi-threads on a CPU. So you can see that the deployment of the static file compilation actually takes 4 seconds between 20. Now, this might not be extra performance improvement in terms of small project. Keep in mind that this is a clean Mage-OS install, but one of our projects, we actually had 30 store views with 30 locals, and the static file compilation in the regular production mode was actually taking 2 hours. With our solution, it only takes 300 seconds. So that's a like 99% saving of the time. But what I want to show you, what's interesting the most, is how we want to optimize the non-composer registration. So let's just run the file. So we just want to get rid of this glob feature, because the larger the projects, the more things you push into the app code, the slower your Magento will be. The more themes you have, it will scan not just the registration PHP file, but it will scan all the folders in all the modules, in all the themes. So it might be actually a time-consuming process for the PHP. So let's just run the composer, qoliber Magerun non-composer autoloader. And you can see that this file was completely regenerated. Now, this is a clean installation, so I don't have anything. Instead, I only have the Magento setup registration PHP, because Magento requires this module to run. Now, that's it. So we have 4 simple additional commands that simplify the deployment process. Now, we use the active locals and active themes in our production deployment on multiple projects, but we also use the qoliber production mode to run the deployment faster with just 1 command on the servers. Now, I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you will put a lot of thoughts into this changing of the non-composer component registration file, because like I mentioned, the larger your Magento is, the more things you push into the app code. Now, it's the faster your Magento will be, and I think that we all want Magento to be fast, so every little bit helps. Thanks for watching, and I wish everybody a great day.